I think maybe a marriage might be more common in places like Saudi Arabia and Dubai and so forth, because I'm sure divorces are a lot easier in Saudi than they are in America.
Hmm.
No?
In which way?
I mean, listen, you hear of divorces that take 5 years. Like, for example, Vanilla Ice, who I interviewed recently, his divorce took 5 years and like $2 million
Yeah, yeah,
to finalize.
that's because divorce is a business in America. That's
Right.
the reason why. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, is premarital sex legal in Saudi?
In Islam, it's not allowed. And
Okay.
and the reason why, because Islam come to preserve the lineage and the honor. Family lineage is very important in Islam. So when people sleep around with each other, you don't know who your father. Look at the situation they saying they're going through with Tupac father, what he went through. So
Right.
Islam came to honor lineage and to have people marry and to benefit, to know who the parents are. So and Islam is not allowed. The same way a Muslim in America is not allowed to do sex before marriage. The same way a Muslim in Saudi Arabia. It's not really about the country. It's about who follow that religion and beliefs.
Well, it's a little different because if you have premarital sex in America, nothing happens to you. Whereas in Islam, it's technically a crime, isn't it?
It is a crime. But a lot of people don't know that Islam make it so difficult for a person because the honor of a woman and a man is very important. In Islam, the way it can be, you can be punished for premarital sex is that you have to have 4 witnesses from 4 different angles watch the man enter the woman. So Islam make it so difficult for a person to go and say this person committed, we call it fornication, zina, fornication, Islam, because even then it stopped you from saying that person did this, that person did that. Even in that situation, it protects the honor of a person's reputation. So you barely would hear a person in Saudi Arabia getting in trouble for premarital sex because where's going to be the 4 witnesses that watch him have sex? You know?
Yeah. I feel you. I mean, and it's interesting because being in the Middle East, and I've been to, at this point, where have I been? I've been to Israel, Egypt, Bahrain, UAE, aka Dubai,
Hmm.
and Jordan. So
Mm.
that's five countries I've been to in the Middle East. And more Americans should realize that when you go to these places, your American laws don't apply.
Yeah.
Right. So, for example, there was a big story that happened, I think, about a year ago, where like this American woman went to Dubai and she got into an argument with a guy at a rental
I
car
heard about
station.
that. Yeah.
And I guess in Dubai, you're not allowed to insult another person publicly.
True.
Right. I don't know if it's specifically a woman insulting a man or just in general, you're not allowed to get loud and insult people.
Vice versa.
So she
Everyone.
got for everyone, right? Because I remember in Dubai, it was like, I was there, with my lady, and like, you didn't hear any cat calls, you didn't hear any, like people are respectful, even late at night, her walking by herself, like super safe.
Yes.
But like, for example, like this woman went to jail, and like all these Americans are in outrage, like, oh, well, people from Dubai can come over here and get loud. And it's like different country.
Different country. That's the problem with Americans. We think that wherever we go, we rule and run, we do things our way. But even that
Nope.
situation, I looked into that situation. I read some of the comments like, "Girl, you the same woman who went to Jamaica and got into an argument with the lady in Airbnb. Whoever this woman is, she seemed like she was known to run around with that sassy attitude. You know how some Americans can be like that sometimes. You know what I mean? And she started probably threatening the wrong person. And he called the cops and she got locked up because she got into an accident. She didn't tell that part. She got into a car accident and she
Oh,
didn't want to pay the money. And I guess she didn't have
oh.
insurance. So when she started screaming on the guy, she left that part out.
Look, man, you go somewhere else, you find out what the laws are.
Respect the
These are not democracies. You can say fuck Trump, you can say fuck Biden all day long. Go to Saudi Arabia and start talking about the royal family. See how long that lasts for you.
Yeah, like you said, you got
See,
to respect different places, man, different cultures, different countries. You got to respect that, bro.